Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is V. I live in beautiful Charleston, South Carolina with my puppy Cindy, and I am an aspiring mom, wife, and homemaker someday. So today I wanted to talk about something that I don't think gets said quite enough in the homemaking space, and that is how expensive a lot of the quote-unquote aspirational content can feel. Nara Smith, Ballerina Farm, etc. You know the ones. When we think of homemaking online, we picture beautiful big farms, fresh bread made from wheat that was literally milled that morning in their own $400 flour mill machine, perfectly curated kitchens with every gadget you could imagine. And while that content is gorgeous and super inspiring, it can also feel a little bit out of reach to the average person. Because the reality is, most of us are not living on a homestead right now. Some of us are in apartments, me. Some of us are on a budget, also me. And some of us are trying to figure it out one grocery trip at a time. You guessed it, also me. And I want to say this clearly, that does not make you any less of a homemaker. For me personally, I don't have a farm, I don't have a flour mill sitting on my counter, and I don't always shop at farmers markets or buy everything organic. And sometimes I even use sugar instead of honey in my baking recipes. Gasp. But anyways, most of my groceries come from regular stores, and that is okay. What matters to me is that I'm intentional. I still choose to cook my own meals at home when I can. Of course, I do enjoy the occasional DoorDash, who doesn't? I still try to nourish myself and the people I love. And even if it's not farm to table, it's still made with care, and that counts for something. Same with my home. I live in an apartment right now, not a countryside house. I totally want to live in the country someday, but I still bring in little quote-unquote country touches where I can. Cozy texture, soft lighting, simple routines, things that make my space feel warm and lived in. Homemaking isn't about the square footage, but rather about the feeling that you create inside of it. Also, while I empty out my dishwasher here, let's talk about tools for a second. I promise you do not need every fancy kitchen gadget to be a good homemaker. Would a KitchenAid be nice? Absolutely, and I totally am putting one on my wish list for Christmas. But you know what else works? Your own 2 hands and a spoon. There is something really beautiful about working with what you already have, instead of feeling like you need to buy your way into a lifestyle. Even when it comes to clothing, another big part of that aesthetic. We see these gorgeous flowing dresses and curated wardrobes, all made with the absolute best quality, linen, cotton, bamboo even. And yes, I love that too. But a lot of my clothes are secondhand, or they're pieces I've slowly collected over time. You don't have to spend a fortune to feel beautiful in your own home. A lot of the clothes I'm folding right now in my laundry are ones that I've either had for a while or saved up a lot to splurge on, or things that I've bought at thrift stores. You just have to choose things that make you feel like you. And honestly, one of the biggest values I've been leaning into lately is choosing experiences over things. Slow mornings, cooking meals, hosting friends, lighting candles, those are the moments that actually build a home. I think it's okay to have dreams. I absolutely dream of a beautiful countryside homestead one day, having land, animals, growing my own food, but I'm not there yet. And instead of feeling like I'm behind or like I'm failing at this lifestyle, I'm choosing to see this season for what it is. This is where I learn. I build habits that eventually help me become the kind of woman who will thrive in that life one day. And you don't have to wait until everything looks perfect to start being a homemaker. You just need intention. At the end of the day, homemaking isn't about perfection. It's about showing up for your life, your space, and your people in whatever way you can. And your best, your real everyday doing what you can best, is more than enough. So if you've been feeling discouraged or like you're not doing it right, I hope this reminds you that you are. You're exactly where you need to be, and you're doing better than you think. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed, you can like and subscribe if you want to. I will see y'all in the next one. Bye, friends.